a lesson. All right, we're going to do math. We're going to work on some review because we have a math test tomorrow. Some of you did spectacular on your quiz. I did not grade that. I wanted to see how you all do. And some had some issues with some problems. So we are going to work on these. They are not in your book. I would like for you to get your whiteboards out, markers, and as I have friends up here, I want you to work on your whiteboard. Yes. I think I have one marker. All right, are we talking? All right, the first thing we're going to go over, you can go get one of those little rag things. Those work really nice. The first thing we're going to work on is some long division. Why are we talking? Sam, get one of those yellow rags at the bottom in the bag. Then you can just keep that at your desk. Those work really well. Sam, go to your desk and do that, please. We're waiting for you. All right, I'm going to write some on. If you want to come up here, you may get your marker at the ready. Tessa and McKenna. Now you should all be working on this on your whiteboard. You shouldn't be sitting idly. You should be doing your work on your whiteboard. Yes. Good question, because you probably don't have room on your whiteboard to do two. You can pick one and do it along with them. Thank you. That's a great question. You did both?
Yeah.
Or you just write really teeny tiny. Might want to there you go. Very good. Now, if the directions asked you to do a fraction instead of a remainder, McKenna, what would the answer be? Very good. So you take the remainder and you take the divisor and you make it into a fraction. No, you don't have to do a fraction. I was just doing it this way. So it would be 1/6 instead of a. So you have to list, you have to really read the directions, okay? Very good. All right. Any questions? That's all right. I'm just, good. Any questions? Jen?
I can't tell if that's a 7 or a 1.
Under the
si-
what?
What?
Which one?
Under the 63 on Tesla's? Same.
Oh, right here? Oh, that is,
Yeah.
that's a 7, right? Tessa? All right, yes.
Hey, this is Reed. For the remainders, are they gonna write them this way, or I know you actually taught them like the fraction rate too? Do you
Well, it
know if
depends on the
they-
directions.
So that's something.
So that is something they have to look at. If it tells you to put the answer in fractions, then you don't have a remainder. You have a fraction. You take the remainder and you combine it with the divisor, correct? Yeah, so it depends on the directions and it depends on the problem. All right, are we ready to move on?
Yes.
Okay. All right, we're gonna do a couple more of these just because I think. Good job. All right, we're gonna start over this side. Ella and Jonathan. Make sure you write big so everyone can see Jonathan. Those are baby numbers. There you go. Now, if I were to say, Jonathan, to do a fraction, what would the fraction be? What would the answer be? Well, you don't have to, just leave it as is. But if the direction said, write a fraction, what would you, instead of a remainder, how would that look?
7, 8.
There you go. Very good. Jeremiah,
I can't see it, Jonathan, trying to do this, so what you saying.
up here.
And on the bottom.
Okay, so it's 5, 4, 1, remainder 7. All right, so. Uh-oh, my marker's dying, and I don't. Okay, so, Ella. Are those 4s? The remainder is correct, ironically, but the 4s are not. Yes.
I'm
You,
thinking since that was 4, I thought it was 4 times 9, so then I 4, but then it was actually
but 4 doesn't go into 3, so you have to do it to 39. So you are correct, and that is 4 times 9 is 36. There you go. Perfect. And then, so she figured the answer was correct, but she just was multiplying. In your mind, you were actually doing the right, but it was the wrong number. It was 9 instead of 4. All right, did everyone get one done? All right. Would like for you to keep it, one of them on the board so I can see yes.
I can't really.
It's 3, remainder 3. You got it right on your board. Please keep your board, don't erase it until I come around so I can see your work. You are breathing? Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's 4.
All right, let us move to something else. So make sure, again, I know I sound like a broken record, make sure you read the directions very, very closely. Don't assume it says one thing. Read it closely, carefully, before you go to all the work and then not have the answers correct. All right, this is what we're gonna work on converting. Go ahead, Em. So why are you putting the box there?
Two different measurements.
That's correct. So we're gonna focus just on the box. So you're going to small to large, so she's going to divide. Very good. How many feet is it good? Good. Beautiful. That is correct. Does everybody see that? So she went from small to large, which you divide. How many feet are in a yard, James? 3. So you divide. 50 divided by 3 is 5. So I would go over all your measurements so you know what they are, because you will need to know them. That is kind of an important part. We've been working on that now for quite a while, so go over the measurements. They're in your book. In fact, I think you have all of them in the back of your book. If you look in the back, the very back, I would look over your Roman numerals. I would look over your different measurements, your conversions.
Ooh, it's the parentheses.
So on page 372, you have a lot of you have your foot, your yard, your mile, your quart, your pint, ton. So go over all of that. Make sure you have that refreshed in your brain. So when you go to have to take your test, to be a piece of cake. And then I forget what page, the Roman numerals are on page 378. Make sure you go over that as well. All right. Let's do another one of these. Please have a seat. Helen. Know why you're putting the box there?
Because they're different.
That's correct. Good, she's going, good job. Going small to large. How many pints are in a quart? Nice. Very good. Very good. Nice. So she went from small to large, so she divided. There are how many pints in a quart? So we just focus on this. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Good job.
They're loud.
What's that?
They're loud.
Oh,
They're always,
they're having fun.
I mean, maybe we are too.
All right, I just want to do some adding and subtracting. Ironically, that is still tripping us up. I don't know if I can find it in my back of my book. Just some adding and subtracting. Oh, actually, this is what I would like to do too. Let's do this. Again, if you see this, what are you going to do? When you see a fraction with a whole number, what are you going to do? James? Yes, would you like to come up and do one? Thank you. Owen? So yes, when you see this, you're automatically going to divide your denominator with your what? What are you going to divide?
Your whole number.
Yes. Very good. Good job. Does everyone see that? This should just be an automatic. You're basically crossing and you're dividing. The denominator with the whole number. 10 divided by 2 equals, not all of you, we're not watching the kids outside. We are watching up here. So what is 10 divided by 2?
5.
What is 40 divided by 5?
8.
All right. Can I move on, or do you want to do some more of these?
Move on.
Okay. Now, another thing that I want you to familiarize yourself, brush up remembering. Do you see this? This really got us last time. Reduced What am I going to do with these fractions? When it says reduce, and it gives you, when you see the word reduce, what does that tell you you're going to do? Jonathan? Yes. And then it also gives you a major hint, divide by 3. So what are you going to do? How do you do that? Jeremiah and Olivia, come up and show us, please. I am dying to see. Does 3 go into 7? Oh yeah, that's kind of tricky. Okay. So what times 3 equals 15? What times 3?
4? I mean, 5?
Yeah. You got it. That's all. You straight with it. All right, so again, if you saw it said reduce the fractions and divide by 4, what are you going to do then?
Divided by 4.
So it doesn't matter what it says here, you're going to do the same thing, correct? Okay, that is an important one to remember. Just wanting to see if there's anything. What is the Arabic number? What is an Arabic number? Helen. What is an Arabic number? You get Roman numerals and it tells you to write it in Arabic numbers. What are you going to write it in, to Ella? Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So remember, if a smaller number is in before a large number, what are you going to do? What is that? What do you do? Do you add it or do you subtract? If a smaller number, like this one for instance, this is smaller than this. What do I do differently? Tessa? That's correct. Who'd like to come up and write the Arabic number? Emmy and let's see who has not been up here. Luke. Nice. You have this one too. Just to combine them all. So is X stand for what? Yes. So you have two 10s, but you have a 1 in front of one of the 10s. Well, if that would be 20, but you have that. Nope. That would be this. This is 21, 10, 21. But this is what you're figuring out. There you go. 10, and then we have the 1 and 10, so it is a 19. Because you have to take one away, correct? Let's do another one. I think these are worth practicing. Lines above that. Grant and Christian. Oh. Very good. So that would have been correct if this was behind this one, but you have to subtract one from that. You said 30, subtract 1 from 30, what would it be? There you go. Perfect. What does this stand for again?
10.
So that is what? 15 plus 2 equals 17. All right, so what is this? 10, 20. But this is before. So what does that mean? What is that? What is it then? What is the Arabic number? James?
29.
Yes, because you have to subtract 1. If it would look like this, then that would be 31. This would be 30. But this is 29. So you have to really pay attention to that. Okay, it's kind of sneaky. All right, there you go. That concludes math.
That was fast.
Yay! It always goes fast, does it not?
That's great.